Hi everyone, my name is Scott. Welcome to Planes, Trains, Everything, and welcome to Luxembourg. Today I'm on my way to Mainz in Germany. You might be thinking that's a fairly random place to go to, Mainz in Germany. It is a bit random, but this journey started in 2012 at an elevation of 35,000 feet. I was flying from Vienna to Brussels and I looked out the window and huh? And I could see the River Rhine meandering its way through the countryside, and there's a city on the bank, and I thought, I wonder where that is. So I took a photograph, went home, had a look on Google Satellite, and it's the city of Mainz. And I thought one day I'd like to go there, because I've seen it from 35,000 feet. I used to listen to the local radio station, Antenna Mainz, and I still keep an eye on the local football club, Mainz 05. So today's the day, we're going to go to Mainz. This is not the first time I've tried to get to Mainz. First time was about 2 years ago. I booked an Airbnb for a week and thought I'll set up base camp in Mainz, I'll explore the city and explore the local area. What could possibly go wrong? Well, work commitments got in the way and I had to cancel. And around about a year and a half ago I was on one of these mad Flixbus journeys of mine from A to B, and we stopped off in Mainz at about 3 AM for about 2 minutes. And I remember peering through the darkness and thinking, alright, so this is Mainz. But today I'm going to get there. And speaking of Flixbus, that is how I'm getting there. There is a Flixbus service that leaves from the Bouillon Park and Ride up here. It takes about 4 hours to get to Mainz, and it should be easy enough. I have booked myself a seat, an aisle seat towards the front of the upper deck. The problem with that is, will it be free or would someone have nicked it? I think this service actually starts in Paris, so the bus is going to be full of tired, grumpy passengers, and I'm wondering if someone has flaked out on my seat. And that's what I don't like about Flixbus. You can pay a supplement and get an actual guaranteed seat, but is it guaranteed? Because when you get on, can you guarantee no one's going to be sitting in your seat? If you don't pay for a seat number, you can sit anywhere. And in theory they should be moving every time they sit in an allocated seat. But it doesn't always work that way, and sometimes they get a bit grumpy and refuse to move. I guess we're going to find out in around about 25 minutes, aren't we? And here we are at Bouillon Park and Ride. I was wondering, I wonder where the bus leaves from. But over there is a Flixbus waiting for us. And there's no one in it, and there's people waiting to get on board. I had just assumed this was an overnight service which started in Paris or even Brussels. But it might actually start here in Luxembourg. That had not even crossed my mind. Slightly chaotic when you've got two Flixbuses turning up at the same time. One's to Paris, one's to Berlin. Seat 5C, no problem. And here I was thinking this bus would be absolutely packed with tired, grumpy people strewn everywhere.
Because I can get both either.
This service stops at such exotic locations as Saarbrücken, Homburg and Kaiserslautern.
Trzymał 40 minut i mówił, że to nie jest ich problem, że nie zdążą ludzie na samoloty. Ja tu nie zdążę. O, i ta też była wczoraj. O, ta sama załoga jest. Ciekawe, czy o lampie coś powiedzieć. Wczoraj ledwo zdążyłem na samoloty dowieźć przez wasze kontrole.
I really shouldn't film border crossings. I'm probably breaking the law. Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Haltestelle Saarbrücken Busbahnhof, ladies and gentlemen, bus stop Saarbrücken Center bus station.
Schweigen.
Meine Damen und Herren, Haltestelle Hamburg Hauptbahnhof, ladies and gentlemen, bus stop Hamburg Central Train Station.
Oh, stopp. Nee, ich habe dort aufgehört, wo irgendwie Damon und Elina in so einem Haus waren und sich der Tag immer wieder wiederholt hat, weißt du? Ich war schon so lange.
Bus stop Kaiserslautern Central Train Station, 5 minutes break. To the exit, use only second door, second stairs, please.
Ach, guck mal, es gibt solche. Ach, wir sind bei der Polizei. Lol. Oh, die haben irgendwie ganz andere.
And here we are in Mainz. I'm staying at the Mercure, which is just over there. It is 1 p.m. Check-in isn't until 3, so I'm going to blag my way in, see if I can get a room 2 hours early. Usually if it's 30 minutes early, you can get away with it, but 2 hours, not quite sure. So wish me luck. Well, despite the odds, that went according to plan. I've got my room 2 hours early. I'll give you a quick guided tour, then we're going to get out and explore Mainz. I asked for a single and I got a single. I did notice they've got a kettle. Yeah. And a bathroom, nothing special here. But it is clean, that's the main thing. And of course, the view. Let's check this out. Nothing amazing, but then I wasn't paying for the view. Right, I'm getting organised, then we're going to go out. Also, I might get a bite to eat because I'm starting to get a bit hungry as well. I ate this morning at, what, 6:30? It's now just gone 1 o'clock. Yeah, I'm getting a bit peckish. I'm looking forward to exploring Mainz. It's supposed to be a beautiful city, but like most German cities and towns, what you see is mainly post-war reconstruction. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the merch store for Mainz 05. But I can think of a better merch store. Planes, trains, everything. We've finally got it up and running. We've had a few problems with currency conversions and that sort of stuff, but it's up and running. Have a look. You never know, you might find something you didn't realise you needed, and you might find an interesting idea for someone, that very special someone. So have a look, link below. I'm going to get out of this business. Yeah, there's a whole crowd of kids coming towards me, and I know what they were going to do. Sure enough, oh, let's have a look at your GoPro, blah, blah, blah. Right, let's have a look at some of the beautiful attractions of Mainz. That's St. Christoph Kirche, destroyed during the Second World War and kept as a monument. I'm sure you can guess what they are. I always like seeing things like this. It's just a reminder of what happened instead of trying to cover up the past. This is a rebuilt 13th century tower, which I think was part of the original wall around the city. It does look a bit Disneyland, doesn't it? But no, it's apparently reconstructed to the original design. There are lights on upstairs. I wonder what it's used for. The Germans are very big on their privacy, and I haven't been shouted at this time, but I have been shouted at in the past in Germany, so I'm keeping a low profile. Generally, if you stick to the tourist areas, people are used to seeing people with cameras, but once you start stepping out of that worn track, gotta watch out. This is the Gutenberg Museum, and as you can tell, it's very shut. And I don't know what's going on in Mainz at the moment, but every single block has got construction of some sort going on. Wow! Not everyone has a drone. That is one thing I really wanted to see. Apparently it's the result of a large fundraising campaign during the First World War. Each donor was allowed to hammer a nail into the nail column. The nails were available in various designs and cost between 1 and 20 Reichsmarks, and it's thought that they raised around about 170,000 Reichsmarks for social institutions. When you see a building like this and it's been beautifully restored, I do wonder how much was actually left of it in 1945. I don't know how authentic that building is, but it is lovely. Those rather nice looking restaurants over there have reminded me I haven't eaten in 8 hours and I'm starting to get a bit hungry, but I'm not going to eat there because, you know, I just need a snack to get me going. Right, where can I eat that's cheap and it's not McDonald's? Coffee, slice of salami pizza, and a view of the fountain. Mainz has its very own rapid transit system. This is definitely off the tourist beaten track here in Mainz. There is one thing I'd like to see just down here. This is St. Stephan's. Shall we go in for a quick look? Yeah. It's not every day you can see a Roman theatre from a railway platform. Yet another construction site here in Mainz. This time it's the Roman Theatre. They're building a new set of stairs down to the platform and a viewing area as well. This is going to be great in about a year's time. Until then, it's pretty hard to see anything unless you see it from the platform. If I understood the information board back there, this is the largest Roman theatre north of the Alps, with a capacity of 10,000 people. That's pretty impressive considering even St. Mirren's only got about 7,200 and something. Pretty impressive. I'm just heading down to the river now, but before I do that, one more thing I'd like to see. This beautiful building is the Holzturm, and it was part of the city's medieval defences. The design comes from the 15th century, but it was heavily damaged during the Second World War, so again it's a reconstruction. But it's amazing the work they've done on it. Let's walk down to the Rhine now. Some of the buildings along here are absolutely beautiful. I was just thinking, I hadn't seen a construction site for a good 10-15 minutes, not since we left the Roman Theatre. But no, there's one here. So that was a snapshot of the city of Mainz. Was it worth waiting 13 years to see? When put that way, probably not, but I'm glad I came anyway. It would have annoyed me if I hadn't at least made the effort of coming here. I wouldn't spend more than a day here, that's for sure. There's a reason why it's not on the must-do tourist route of Germany. There's some interesting things, but probably not enough to keep your attention for more than a day. Anyway guys, thanks very much for coming along. I'll see you next time.